Professor Burnett's comment seemed less a revelation and more a confirmation. As strapped as Karen has become, she's managed to pay her medical bill out of pocket. So has Stacy, a 32-year-old graduate student of sociology at Florida Atlantic University.
My name is Stacy Salerno, and I am a mom, a wife, a teacher, and a student in that particular order. And yes, I do owe a lot of money. Who doesn't?
And what kind of debt do you have?
I have credit card debt. I have an automobile that I took out a loan on as well. I have student loans and a mortgage.
What are the last 4 or 5 things maybe you charged on your credit?
I charged a co-payment, which is actually a deductible for my daughter's pediatrician. The health insurance that we have right now happens to be not so great. It's through my husband's company, and his company got bought out. So we went from having this really good insurance policy. I mean, it was awesome, to having this really poor, expensive insurance policy, and we have a $2,000 deductible. So every time we take, our daughter to the pediatrician, which is quite often because it's normal for her age, we have to pay most of the bill. I paid for her, I paid for some medicine, I think it was, and I bought diapers at Target. I think those were the last charges on my credit card.
So essentially you're using your credit card to pay for
Absolutely.
the basic basket.
Yes. Yes, I am. I just received the last installment of my student loan, which then helps me stop charging basics to my credit cards. So I go from using my credit cards to taking a little bit from my student loans, and now that I'm working as a high school teacher and killing myself, I have that additional income coming in.
How do you prevent yourself from making yourself crazy? What are the day-to-day things you try to practice?
One of the things that I say to myself over and over again, which is probably going to make you laugh, is I am not alone. Everybody is going through this. So if everybody is going through this, it must be okay.
Can I buy you an ice cream cone?
No, it's okay. I'm still full. I had lunch really late. Do you want one?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, this is our weekend.
How much is an ice cream?
Like $1.50, something like that. $1.25. No.
Do they take credit cards?
No. No, they don't.
In 97 and 98, that's when the hospital bill came from one night. It was really screwed up. I got beat up by 6 fraternity guys because I wasn't in a fraternity, and but I called an ambulance to come get me, and this was in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I don't know, I guess my dad refused payment of it because I was screwed up on drugs at the time. When they took me to the hospital, I failed every drug test imaginable. That was like a really unfortunate bill, and it took years upon years upon years. I used to get those letters in the mail about them wanting to take stuff from me.
Did they take stuff?
Nothing too substantial. They eventually got their way, though.
And what was getting their way? Getting the money?
Getting the money. My name's Landon. I'm a graduate student, a recovering alcoholic with 7 years sober. I don't know, that's it. I'm a son, a brother, a friend.
Landon was pursuing his undergraduate degree when he began to take out student loans.
I kind of was paying for school out of pocket, but the problem is I was working full-time and then trying to go to school, and I was at a job where I couldn't, you can only attend night classes, and I got tired of taking like 1 or 2 night classes, at a time, and just wanted to go at it full time, not wanting to put my sobriety in jeopardy, nor, I also have like 2 other disabilities, and I didn't want to, it's hard for me to kind of work full time, go to school full time type deal, so kind of made the decision that, I'm just going to kind of bite the bullet and do it.
Biting the bullet and borrowing allowed Landon to quit working full-time and eventually graduate with honors. He has since gone on to pursue his graduate degree in sociology. Despite receiving a partial scholarship, his current student loan debt has surpassed $50,000. However, Unlike many other student loan debtors, Landon does not have credit card debt. He owes that status to financial stability from a pre-university job experience in the corporate world, working for Hair Club for Men and Women.
Corporate trainer. I eventually got up there, so I was training people to work in the national call center, and I was training consultants that sold the hair across 53 centers. I was 2003 Employee of the Year, the first manager in my department to receive that honor. So rocking and rolling at the Club of Hair. So I sold women. I helped change some women's life, giving them hair. They loved it.
You consult for them again, or?
No, because I don't believe my problem at Hair Club was AA teaches you honesty, to be honest, and I was a bad seller because I had trouble being honest. You know, like when you're bringing somebody in off the streets, like a black person that is on welfare, or they're on like very low income, and you're trying to sell them a $2,000 head of hair which cost $30 to make, you know, and you're trying to ask them to put down as much money as they can, maybe $1,000, or whatever money you can get out of them, and then put them on a plan to get the hair. I couldn't do it. It's like inhumane.
Targeting African American women, according to Landon, had become a company policy after one client revealed that the hair helped mitigate the effects of traction alopecia, a scalp and growth condition that affects mostly women that wear their hair in tight braids or ponytails over time. Landon's discomfort escalated when the marketing campaign heavily solicited predominantly African American women assumed to live on a lower income scale.
You could see the truth behind the whole business, behind the scenes, the stuff that people don't see on the front end. You know, they watch the commercial, they see someone going from having no hair to having hair, and it looks magical and mystical and all this other stuff. In essence, all they were doing is taking advantage of people. I mean, it costs like $30 to make the head of hair, and they're charging $1,500, $2,000, and you're trying to get any money you can get from them. Anything to put down, because once they give you money there, you don't give it back. Hair Club for Men, at least at the time, under that ownership, they would advertise on all these low-income channels, like infomercials, you know, with people going after a demographic of very low-income people. So it'd be the equivalent of advertising like a BMW or a Porsche on UPN. You know, not realistic, because people watching UPN clearly don't have the money, you know, to go after like a Porsche or a BMW. While it looks nice and everybody wants to have that car, the fact of the matter is not everybody can have that car.
We might apply Landon's clarity around the premise that a UPN television watcher will not be able to afford a BMW or an overpriced set of hair, with the stark reality that most Americans can no longer afford a college education or the repayment plan of the inevitable student loans they are forced to rely on. And yet college wealth continues to soar. USA Today reported in late January that tuition increases continue to outpace inflation, while the number of colleges and universities boasting of increased endowments keeps rising. In 2003, 97 colleges held a $500 million endowment. Today, 141 colleges share this status. There are no laws mandating that colleges must spend any sum of their money aiding students with tuition costs, and their money is tax-exempt. Public colleges and universities have long been the more affordable option, but their costs continue to rise too, causing the majority of public university graduates to hold large loads of student debt.